Welcome to lesson 88, representing integers. Now an integer is a number on the number line. Everything to the right of 0 is positive. Everything to the left of 0, below 0, is negative. Negative numbers are represented by putting a minus in front of them. Up here I have a negative 2. Okay? Now the first step in these kind of problems is very basic adding positive and negative integers, or negative and negative integers, or positive and positive integers, but it's adding. And I want you to memorize something when you see these kind of problems. I want you to memorize the adding symbol as the word AND, A-N-D, AND. When you see a negative 2 plus 3, I want you to think negative 2 and 3. What happens if you have a negative 2 and 3? Well, think of it like positive and negative charges in science and in atoms and electrons. Electrons are negative charge, right? So I have two negatives here. That's a minus and a minus. Here's a 3. Now 3, a positive 3, doesn't have to have a plus in front of it. You know, this has a little minus. Positive numbers don't have to have a little plus. They're just left alone. Your whole life, when you've added numbers, you added 5 and 5 and you got 10. You were telling me that a positive 5 and a positive 5 makes 10, but you didn't put a plus 5 plus a plus 5 equals a plus 10. You only put the little minus if it's a minus, okay? Or if it's negative. So here I have plus 3, and these are positive charges. These are protons. So a positive and a negative cancel each other out. So if I have a positive and a negative here, they cross each other out. And then I have a positive and a negative, they cross each other out. What am I left over with? I'm left over with 1 positive. So my answer is positive 1. I'm left with 1 positive. If we were to change this around and say negative 2 plus 8, now I have 8 positive charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I still have negative 2 charges. Well, here's 2 negatives and 2 positives. They cancel each other out. I have 6 positive charges left. So my answer is 6. Now, what happens if these are negatives as well on this side? 2 plus a negative 2. Sometimes they put it into parentheses for you so you can just separate it. And remember that the plus is the word AND. So what if I have negative 2 charges and I have 2 more negative charges? They can't cancel each other out, right? So altogether I have 4 negative charges. So the answer is negative 4. Okay? Let's do a couple problems from your homework so you can see what this looks like. Let's try 7 minus 8, and let's try negative 6 and negative 6. Let's start with this one. This is very similar to what we just did. The plus sign is the word AND, right? So I have negative 6 and I have negative 6 more. I'm at negative 6 on the number line, and I go down 6 more spots. So I'm going way down to the bottom. So negative 6 charges and negative 6 more charges together make negative 12 charges, right? All right. Now this one has a minus in the middle, okay? It doesn't have the word AND in it, right? It's not 7 and 8. That would make 15. But 7 minus 8 doesn't make 15, right? So I want you to think of the minus like this. This is a 7, and this is a negative 8. All right? Now put those together with the word AND. If you had a 7 and a negative 8 together, you would have a lot of canceling going on, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 positive charges. Now negative 8 charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, I'm left over with 1 more negative charge. So my answer is negative 1. Now I know there are many ways to solve these kinds of problems, okay? You could draw your pluses and minuses. You could use a number line and just count. You could go to 7 on the number line and say minus 8, I'm going to just go backwards 8 spots on the number line. That is a great way to do this. I want you to find out what method works best for you. But let me tell you this, these kind of problems are going to get much, much more complicated later on, including in the next couple lessons. I want you to memorize that word and a plus, because we're going to be using that a lot, and it's going to really help out. If you have any questions, come and see me and I'd be glad to help. Thanks.